Hey everybody, Cosmic Cat here of True North Mindset, and much like your concept of what your true north is, I am here to help you live your best life. So this is part 1 of my 12-part sun sign series, and how it's going to go is that I'm going to be going through every individual sun sign, and I'm going to be sharing one positive trait and one negative trait of that particular sign. And I plan to post videos every week, so definitely check back so that you don't miss a video. I also recommend that you get your own notebook or journal to keep track of all of your astrology notes, because by this being the starting point, it's good to not only keep track even if you aren't an Aries, but to keep track in case you do know an Aries. So there's multiple uses to keeping track of everything that is going to be shared in the future here. So by getting your own journal, you will already be ahead of the ball game and not having to do what I know I've done in the past, which is having notes here, notes there, not organized in any way. All in one spot definitely helps. So with a little bit of an overview in relation to the sun signs in general. So when someone asks what someone's sun sign is, they tend to respond in relation to what their sun sign is. So they can be like, "Oh, what's your sign?" And I'd be like, my sign is an Aries." And I actually find that interesting because the sun sign does represent your ego. It also represents um, the boss, essentially, of the zodiac, and it also directs us. It also represents the creative life force and our will to live. So, by better understanding our sun sign, we can definitely gain more clarity into who we are as a whole. And of course, that's always important so that then we can become better and be our best selves, right? So, with the first sign I'm going to talk about in this series is Aries, and that's because Aries starts the zodiac year. And Aries, in terms of its positive trait that I decided I want to talk about with you all today, is that they are energetic. Now, I definitely, as a sun sign Aries, agree, resonate, whatever you want to say there, with that, to the point that there's definitely been people in my life that have seen me as like the Energizer Bunny. They don't understand how I could possibly have so much energy. Um, what I find interesting is that it's not something I really have to work at most of the time. It's just there. So it's a matter of whether or not I tap into it that day, um, which may sound obvious maybe to some of you, but the truth is, no matter what trait I mention, positive or negative, it just depends on how um, conscious, I guess you could say, you are of whether or not that is something that you have access to within your life, whether or not you've given yourself permission to access those things in your life, or if you've maybe been told, "Oh, don't be so energetic," so then by being told not to be energetic, maybe as a kid you subdued that aspect of yourself. There's so many layers to that, but to be brief, it's important to be conscious of what you are capable of and conscious of what, if necessary, needs to shift. So, that being said, Aries positive trait that I chose wasn't being energetic. The negative trait I chose to talk about is impatience, and I can say for my own self, honesty of honesty, because that's all what I'm all about. There's no BS here. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I definitely experience impatience. There are days where I notice that it actually relates to how my mind is doing. So if my mind is, rush, 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 then of course I'm going to feel impatient. But if I can just take a breath, slow down, feel more calm, I'm fine. My impatience doesn't get the better of me. So I just wanted to offer that for you all today. And if you or someone you know is an Aries and you guys resonate with these maybe one or both of these traits, feel free to share that in the comments below, because I always do enjoy reading and learning about other people. One other thing is that I will share my website link below in the comments so that you all can, if you're interested, book an Astro Trio session with me. That's where I go through the sun sign, rising sign, moon sign. And I like starting with that as a starting point for people, because everybody comes to astrology with different varying levels of understanding, and it's a good platform to then build on. So, with that in mind, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and are enjoying whatever you're doing, because that's always important, even if it's hard sometimes. And I will be back next week. Take care, guys. Bye.